because she had 12 orders backed up and didn't know how to print shipping labels. We sat at the kitchen table for 3 hours, going through every single step from checking messages to marking orders complete. She kept getting confused about which button did what, and we had to start over 4 times when she accidentally deleted a customer's address. I wrote everything down in a notebook with arrows pointing to each step, and Mom actually took her own notes in the margins about which customers wanted gift wrapping. She managed to print one shipping label by herself, but it took her 20 minutes and she used the wrong shipping class, so it cost $8 extra. Dad had been using his paper planner and wind-up alarm clock to get to work on time, and actually made it to 3 meetings in a row without being late. Randall called the house to say he'd noticed the improvement, but Dad was still on thin ice and couldn't afford any more mistakes. Dad wrote the call details in his planner with the date and time and what Randall said, so he'd remember exactly what was expected. While cleaning out Grandma's desk looking for her address book, I found an old envelope marked insurance, with a policy number but no company name. I had to call 14 different insurance companies reading them the policy number before someone at Northwestern Mutual said it matched their system. The agent said Grandma had a $20,000 life insurance policy, but we needed to submit a death certificate and fill out claim forms. Getting the death certificate meant going to 3 different government offices because we couldn't use the online portal, and each office said we needed something from another office first. The county clerk's office was only open until noon, and we had to wait in line for 2 hours just to get a form that had to be notarized. Then the notary at the bank said we needed 2 forms of ID for Grandma, which meant driving back to her house to find her expired passport. The Vital Records office was in a different building downtown with no parking, so Dad had to circle the block 6 times while I ran in with the paperwork. Each office visit took half a day, and we still didn't have the actual certificate because they said it would take 2 weeks to process without the online expedite option. Mom decided to start delivering her Etsy orders by hand to local customers to avoid dealing with the post office delays. She loaded 5 wreaths into the car and drove them around town with her handwritten list of addresses. One lady was so shocked that Mom showed up at her door with the wreath that she gave Mom an extra $20 tip and called her from inside the house to remove the bad review she'd left. Mom came home excited about the personal touch, but then realized she'd used $10 in gas to deliver a $15 profit order. Ben started seeing the school counselor twice a week, and Mom had to sign a paper saying she understood this was mandatory. The counselor called after the first session to say Ben had spent the whole time drawing pictures of Grandma and telling her that he had dreams where Grandma asked why nobody helped her get her medicine. Mom cried when she heard that and locked herself in the bathroom for an hour. I finally found Grandma's address book in her kitchen junk drawer under old grocery lists and started calling her friends about the memorial service we were planning. Most of them didn't even know she'd died because we couldn't get into her Facebook to post anything and nobody had called them. One lady started sobbing when I told her and said Grandma had just sent her a birthday card 2 weeks before she died. Another friend got angry and said we should have called sooner and hung up on me. I made a list of 23 people to invite, but 5 of the phone numbers were disconnected, and 2 people said they were too upset to come. Dad decided he